Hello children, today I will be talking about the part 2 of the chapter Landforms and Water Bodies. We will be dealing with water bodies of the earth's surface in this video. As you all can see from the picture, earth mainly comprises of water, different types of water bodies. The types of water bodies that we will be studying here are oceans, seas, rivers and lakes. Now we will be talking about them in details with pictures. Now look at the picture. It shows an ocean. Oceans are large areas of water bodies on the earth's surface having salt water. All the oceans of the earth are interconnected. Some examples: Pacific Ocean, Indian Ocean, Atlantic Ocean. Next we will be talking about the seas. Looking at the picture, it is an example of sea. Seas are saltwater bodies which are smaller than oceans. Some examples: Arabian Sea, Mediterranean Sea, Caspian Sea. Now we will see the importance of oceans and seas. Number 1. It provides useful mode of travel. Number 2. It helps in transportation of goods and people. Number 3. Serves as a habitat for aquatic plants and animals. Number 4. Serves as a source of table salt. Number 5. Have deposits of petroleum. Next I will be telling you all about rivers. As you can see from the picture, rivers are the largest source of fresh water on the earth. Some important rivers of our country are the Ganga, the Brahmaputra, the Krishna and the Kaveri. The next water body that I will be talking about is the lake. A lake is a freshwater body that is surrounded by land on all sides. A lake is larger and deeper than a pond. As you can see from this picture, example, Dal Lake in Kashmir, India. Now I will tell you all about the importance of rivers and lakes. Mainly, first one, it provides fresh water which can be used for bathing, drinking, washing, cooking, watering plants and for industrial purposes. Next, it serves as habitat for aquatic plants and animals. Next, provide travel routes for transportation and recreation. And the last one, they provide water for farming and generating electricity. So, we all understand that rivers and lakes are very important. Next, I will be telling you all about some natural features of the earth's surface, mainly pass, island, peninsula, strait, bay, isthmus and delta. Now, I will be telling you all about these with pictures. Pass. As you all can see from the picture, this is a pass. Now what is pass? Sometimes there are natural gaps present in mountain ranges. A gap in the mountain range is called a pass. As you can see from the picture, clearly it shows the gap between two mountains. This place is known as the pass. Next, I will be telling you all about island. This is a picture of an island. So what is an island? A piece of land surrounded by water from all sides is called an island. Sri Lanka is an island country. Andaman and Nicobar Islands and Lakshadweep Islands. Look at the picture. A piece of land surrounded by water on all sides is an example of island. Now I will be talking about the peninsula. This is a picture of a peninsula. So what is peninsula? A piece of land surrounded by water on three sides is called peninsula. Mainly one side, two side and three sides. The piece of land surrounded by water on three sides is called a peninsula. The southern part of India is a peninsula. The next natural feature that I will be talking about is a strait. This is a picture of a strait, a narrow channel. This part, as you all can see, a narrow channel of water connecting two large water bodies. What is a strait? A strait is a narrow channel of water connecting two very large water bodies. Example, the Palk Strait connects the Bay of Bengal to Indian Ocean. Here they are talking about the narrow channel of water, like for example here, as you can see from this picture, the narrow channel of water connecting the two water bodies, one water body and two water bodies, is known as the strait. Next I will be talking about the bay. This is a picture of a bay. What is bay? A bay is formed when a part of sea fills up a wide curve of land. Example, Bay of Bengal. See the part of the sea coming in and fills up a wide curve of land, forming a bay. Example, Bay of Bengal. Next I will be telling you all about the isthmus. This is a picture of isthmus, mainly a narrow strip of land connecting two large land bodies. What is isthmus? When a narrow strip of land joins two larger pieces of land, it is called isthmus. Example, the Isthmus of Panama is present between the continents of North America and South America. Here, as you all can see, a narrow piece of land connecting two larger pieces of land. Land number 1, land number 2 getting connected with a narrow piece of land is known as isthmus. Next, I will be telling you all about the delta. This is a picture of a delta, a river draining into the sea. What is delta? Delta is a land formation at the mouth of the river where it meets the sea or the ocean. Example, deltas of Ganga, Brahmaputra, Godavari, Krishna, Kaveri are some of the largest in India. The Sundarbans in West Bengal and Bangladesh is the largest and the most fertile delta in the world. So delta is mainly a land formation at the mouth of the river. The river comes in like this and gets divided before falling into a sea. So this type of division is on the land is mainly known as a delta. Thank you for watching, children. Have a nice day.